Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. I'm the Gray Strega, and I'm here to give you your daily collective read for today, Sunday, April 2nd, 2023. What do we have coming through in the cards for today? Let's get to it. Can I please have the first card in our 5-card spread? First card coming through right now is, what's she doing back? What is she doing back? We've got the Star coming through in its reversal. We did receive this card just a couple days ago in our daily card of the day. So one of the things that may be coming up today is some feelings of vulnerability, some feelings of uncertainty, some anxiety around your own ability to move and conduct yourself in a place of authenticity and vulnerability. So this is going to feel like a bit of difficulty that we're starting the day with, but let's see if we can continue to get some cards to clarify on this point. May I please have the next card in our 5-card spread? Next card that we are seeing here, Magician in its reversal. So what we are seeing is this is going to feel like a little bit of tricky energy as you start your day today. There are some feelings of vulnerability rising to the surface. And these feelings of vulnerability and anxiety around vulnerability are specifically triggering your own anxieties about being able to do the things that you are trying to do, feeling moments of uncertainty as it relates to your own power and your own ability to manifest what you are hoping to manifest into your life right now. We are also seeing that there is some issue or circumstance potentially even arising, though, through breaking through some boundaries in this as well. One of the things I like to point out is the Magician is a card that talks about the usage of the tools around us. And so there is this moment right now that it could be a feeling of truly feeling like you need to rely on your own sense of self right now, coming back into your own sense of self, and not really feeling that ability or desire to like rest or utilize the things around you right now as you're trying to come into confidence around your own personage right now. Continuing to get clarification on these cards, the third card for today's spread, our center card for the day, is how do you work through this right now? How do you work through some of these feelings? The solution is simple. It is putting this nourishment and care back into the self. Putting a lot of attention right now on your own ability to care for yourself, on your own restoration, putting this time and attention in this space so that you can come out of this moment of feeling this vulnerability and start to get this feeling of empowerment back around you as you go through this morning. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now. The next card we have coming through in our 5-card spread is, these are some big cards we're seeing. So this is feeling like some big energy coming through today. I'm just gonna tell you, because we've already got like almost like all aces and major arcana coming through. The next thing we are seeing right now is there is some of this anxiety that you're feeling has it to do with your relationship to time. There could be some situations or circumstances that you are feeling like you are feeling rushed through right now, or you have to move through a lot faster than you anticipated. This could also be feeling kind of like this question around divine timing and really trying to work with divine timing, feeling some misalignment as it relates to your own progress and the progress that is kind of more on that like higher level. So as you're going through this is also potentially not necessarily helping you so much in this effort, but we do see here that I'm actually also seeing here that this is something that you are learning to do with more speed. That there's almost something here about like putting this journey that you're going through right now, specifically in feeling this moment of vulnerability, but immediately turning towards this renewal and this care of the self is something that you are learning to get faster at. So this is something that is actually, it could feel a little anxiety inducing today. Some of these cards are showing a bit of anxiety, but we're also seeing that you're getting much better at acclimating to it and making the necessary adjustments as you continue to experience these circumstances. The final card for the first 5 cards that we are receiving today, 2 cards coming out for the first 5, and this is coming through right now with a Page of Pentacles in combination with the Two of Swords in its reversal. So what we're really seeing here is, even as you're having these moments that you need to kind of work through right now with the renewed attention and focus to care of the self, we are also seeing here that there is a lot of decisions that you're making right now that you do feel that there is some support coming through in some capacity or fashion around new energy and these new solid offers of support potentially as you're going through it this right now. And this is also, this supportive energy is also what is allowing you right now to follow your intuition, to move forward in terms of removing blockages or cutting any cords that you feel are not necessarily hindering you or stopping you. These could be actions or activities that you've been kind of holding on due to your own intuition, but you're feeling now that you're following your intuitive guidance, taking these steps, and feeling supported in this movement as you go forward in this time. Continuing to get clarification now on the cards that we are receiving, clarification between our star in its reversal in combination with our magician in its reversal. So again, a bit of hairy energy here that you are experiencing, specifically as it relates to your ability to feel truly seen, to feel truly at your most authentic sense of self. And this is creating around you right now a doubt or some concerns around your own abilities to manifest, and really kind of moving you into more of an insular moment of trying to rely upon the self and not necessarily rely upon the tools that are around you right now. May I please get one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with a 8 of Pentacles. A lot of this anxiety or some of these deeper fears are somewhat manifesting in your own concerns as it relates to being able to do the work that you do in the most functional and productive way possible. You could be putting a lot of this anxiety or energy around the work that you do or around your passions or the things that you're trying to move forward right now. And this is where this anxiety is manifesting. So it's almost like becoming the outlet for it. So this is also potentially additionally adding to the frustration, because it is kind of pointing out or trying to help you address some situations that you may want to amend or work through so that you can work in a more productive, stable, functional way as you go forward from this point. So we do see here that you're taking a lot of this emotional, spiritual work that you're doing at this point and trying to find very practical solutions to those problems, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now, clarification between this magician in its reversal in combination with our Ace of Cups. So feeling these doubts and anxieties around the self, feeling some doubts and anxieties in your ability to manifest or create the things that you're trying to create right now. Also, this could be feeling like a moment of moving through or moving out of any kind of manipulative energy that you feel has potentially been around you or preventing you from having the ability to do these things for yourself. And this renewed commitment to care of the self as you process or go through this moment. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now in the 5 of Pentacles. I'm not surprised to see it because we've also seen this card coming up in our card of the day. So what you're really recognizing right now is something about this, your own anxieties about your ability to manifest for yourself, and this effort in self-care is putting a lot of attention right now on an abandonment wound. Some feelings of abandonment, some feelings of not necessarily being seen or recognized or getting that attention that you desire in some capacity, which would also give you clarity on this Star card in its reversal. But again, going through this in a place where if you are feeling like this, the piece of advice to have right now in terms of turning it into a productive moment is to really ask yourself, when was the first time that you felt this abandonment wound? Right? Because this abandonment wound did not just appear out of thin air. It is being triggered. And the way that you can work through it right now is to find its original source so that you can begin the healing work there. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now, clarification between this Ace of Cups and this Temperance in its reversal. A moment right now of really feeling like the time is now. You cannot wait to put this care and attention into yourself, pouring into your own cup right now, feeling like the timing is right and this is not something that you want to wait on. Can I please get one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now. I love this. with the Fool card. We've got a lot of major arcana popping up today. So this is coming through right now as a moment where it does feel like there is a portion of this that could feel like a leap of faith. But it is feeling like it is a leap of faith that is being supported for you to take for yourself right now, with the understanding that to a certain point, as long as you're jumping off into a place of self-care, you know that you're going to be divinely protected and supported at this moment as you go off into new territory and taking potentially new opportunities, new risks. But again, these are I wouldn't even describe it as a risk so much, because we're seeing it's really like a risk into, it's like a recommitment into yourself being the risk. And that's why we feel like there is this kind of like higher guidance coming through on it. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now. This feeling, and this could be feeling like a bit of a little bit of anxiety coming in this, because again, this feeling of something that you want to move on sooner rather than later, feeling this energy of new opportunities, support coming through, maybe even putting together some ability to bring forward some of these offers or opportunities, and also feeling that intuitive energy right now to allow yourself to break out of any kind of restrictions or boundaries, anything that has been limiting or blocking you in this moment. You're now taking that decisive action to move forward from this point. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming through right now with our Empress energy, and we love to see this. This will feel a little bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy right now, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what you feel most aligned to. For feminine, again, we see that recommitment into the self, moving into your heart space, allowing your own emotions to come through at this moment and allowing them to build this sense of abundance and gratitude towards you as you bring into the energy of the attracting element within you to create this sense of abundance within, to generate that it coming towards you from without. While for masculine energy right now, we are seeing that this is a moment that you are feeling there is some need or opportunity to potentially want or desire to move forward right now towards an Empress energy that you feel is open and available to you in this capacity. And this is a moment of going towards your heart's desire in this way, and is also allowing you to cut any kind of limitations or barriers that you feel have been blocking or preventing you from being able to do this work going forward. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now. Clarification around this very tricky energy of an 8 of Pentacles in combination with a 5 of Pentacles. So the 8 of Pentacles in its reversal, the 5 of Pentacles in its upright. Having a moment right now, some anxieties or doubts or fears creeping in your own ability to work. This could be related to your profession, to your passion projects, anything you are trying to move forward in, putting some care and attention into what is potentially limiting you or blocking you from doing this work right now, and feeling some sort of abandonment wound being triggered in this state, in this point. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with the 6 of Wands in its reversal, and this also has a lot to do in association with the Star card that we're seeing, because what we're ultimately seeing here is this is a moment where you're trying to move forward and do these things around your work. You're feeling an anxiety wound being triggered, and it's all coming through with doubts or fears around your own ability to push forward towards those victories, towards those successes that you're hoping to achieve. This could also be a feeling or anxiety of not necessarily being seen or appreciated or commended to the degree or capacity that you feel you are truly trying to strive for, or you feel that you deserve in some situation or scenario right now. So this is trying to work through some of these emotions that are coming up, triggered by this abandonment wound and this difficulty as it relates to the work in terms of being seen and appreciated for what you're doing, or fears around having that victory around these things that you're trying to bring into fruition. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now. Clarification between this 5 of Pentacles in combination with this Fool energy. And I do actually like this energy, because what we're really seeing right now is this moment of feeling some kind of abandonment wound being triggered, feeling like there's some places that you are not feeling at home or feeling like you are trying to seek a home, but using this as an opportunity to break forward into new opportunities, into new pathways that will hopefully allow you to heal or correct this abandonment wound. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with a 9 of Wands. So even as you are breaking forward from this point right now, we are seeing that you are in a space where you are willing to take these steps, but you're still feeling very guarded. You've got your guard up. You feel in a way that you are trying to feel like you're protecting your energy, that you are putting up these boundaries because, and this is in acknowledgement that if you are feeling like this, it is because you are going through an act of healing right now. Something that triggered this abandonment wound to begin that is pushing you forward right now, but that is also requiring some energy of isolation as you continue to heal from this point. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now, clarification around this Fool energy in combination with this Empress energy. So a feeling that will feel a bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. Having this moment for feminine of really allowing yourself to move forward in the degree and capacity that you need to, specifically maybe even into some uncertain new opportunities and new pathways, specifically in the direction and with the ultimate goal of building back this appreciation of the self, coming into your emotional harmony, building this care of the self, and taking the steps necessary to move into that space. While for masculine energy right now, this is taking a leap of faith, if you will, moving in some very positive direction towards a feminine energy that you are focusing on, that you feel is kind of embodying the object of your desire at this point. May I please get one card to clarify? Two cards coming out to clarify. We have here a bit of hairy energy being indicated by the 9 of Swords in combination with the 10 of Pentacles in its reversal. So what we're really seeing here that's very intriguing is for feminine right now, this is a moment of really putting this care and attention and direction back towards the self. Why? Because, and taking whatever steps you need necessary to build this appreciation of the self back up, to move into the spaces where you feel that you are being seen and appreciated and valued. Specifically, because there's a lot of energy around you right now that is making you feel like there's some kind of collective chaos that is existing in your sphere of influence right now. This could be a group of friends, this could be difficulties around family, this could be difficulties around any kind of social circles that you embody. And it's this anxiety point that these are creating. It's almost like this stress point is reaching a perfect pitch where it's just giving you the moment of recognizing that you need to take these steps away from that chaos towards your own self right now as you work through this renewal moment. While for masculine energy right now, this is a moment where you're driving a lot of direction towards feminine, towards an object of your desire that you feel is embodying these positive qualities, even in the midst of a lot of chaos occurring around you as it relates to your immediate social environment, your immediate sphere of influence, and bearing a lot of that weight and anxiety even as you're taking these steps towards this energy. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now. Clarification between our 6 of Wands in its reversal in combination with the 9 of Wands. So a feeling right now of not necessarily, of some areas right now, feeling not necessarily seen or appreciated, feeling some anxieties about reaching a victory point, maybe even trying to work through some sort of anxiety around a setback that you're experiencing. And this is creating a point around you right now where you are feeling very guarded, that you've had to put up some boundaries and walls, and you're trying to do so in an effort to heal and recover from this moment. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now in transformation. That this is coming through right now as a moment of transformation, of allowing this setback to take a moment as you go through and heal this, to really allow you a transformational space. And I will always point out, when we see this transformational energy, it can feel like a lot. It can feel very heavy, but I think you have to consider it very much like almost like a cocoon that you're creating right now, so that you can go through this metamorphosis, understanding that this change can feel very difficult, but that it is leading to a moment of triumph. It's just, while you're experiencing this type of energy, it can feel really rough and it can feel really scary, which is why we also see some of these anxieties and fears rising up in the process. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now. Clarification between our Knight of Wands, our Nine of Wands, in combination with another 9 card, the 9 of Swords, and the 10 of Pentacles in its reversal. So a moment of completion that we see that you are doing around putting up some boundaries around any circumstances or situations that you feel have been causing some kind of chaos or some kind of disharmony in your life. This is maybe even putting up some barriers or moving away from any circumstances right now that you are feeling this chaos or confusion around, simply because that energy is just becoming too much to bear, right? And this is what's propelling you into that movement forward. May I please get one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with the Sun in its reversal. This is hairy energy, guys. So this is a moment I need to let you know that you may not be feeling at your most positive for good reason. I want you to bear and understand right now that what we're seeing here is trying to navigate a lot of outside energy that you feel is not necessarily adding anything particularly positive or productive to your immediate space. This is why you're doing this work right now. And I feel like it can feel somewhat triggering as you go through this right now, because it's not necessarily a direction that you want to go into, but you're doing the work necessary to try to work through it. We see that here with the 9 of Wands. So now it's more kind of getting through the emotional hurdle that it's creating as you have to put these boundaries in place. The final 2 card we are getting for today's read, clarification between these very powerful major arcana today of the Death card in combination with the Sun. So as I mentioned, this is a point of transformation. Transformations are very difficult. They require a lot of us, and feeling some of that in your own overall disposition today, maybe some fears, some doubts, anxieties, some feelings, some lower vibrational energies coming towards the surface right now, even as you go through this point of transformation. May I please get one card to clarify? We love it. We love it. What is this doing right now? Here's your light at the end of the tunnel, folks. What is this transformation that we're seeing? What are we seeing in this transformation? And this is why I want you to go through this low point if you're feeling it today. If you're going through, if these feels come up as you go through this transformation, I want you to ride it out. Because I want you to focus on the fact that for feminine right now, we see that a lot of this work that you're doing is leading you to a place of feeling more stable in the material world. On putting, again, that care and that attention into the self. Building your own emotion, your own material stability, to kind of reinforce in the moments right now where your own emotional stability or emotional nature might be feeling less than its highest moment. While for masculine energy right now, we are seeing that this is a moment that even as you are going towards a point right now of profound transformation, feeling some of that energetic low point or around your own disposition as you go through this, a lot of your alliance right now leaning heavily on a manifestation of feminine around you right now that you are looking to or towards as a point of stability and security. And this is what's helping you go through this as you experience it. Bottom card for today's read, we are seeing coming through right now in a 3 of Pentacles in its reversal. This is a moment of foundational renewing. There's some foundation around you right now that is being removed. But this is also pointing out that there's something around this foundation that was never stable in the first place. This is a moment of rebuilding, and that act of rebuilding can feel like it requires dismantling before you can rebuild. So bearing that in mind, this energy can feel very unstable. That's because you're doing the work right now, not to build around an unstable environment. You're doing the work to remediate or modify around this environment so that you can have this heightened sense of stability going forward. That is our daily collective read for the day. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and experiencing it with me. Just a reminder, if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can book one on my website, graystrega.com. My private readings are done over Zoom with the option of recording sent to you afterwards. And if you're a subscriber to my TikTok, you can take 10% off any of my services when you pay. Just mention your subscriber ID at the point of payment. Please also remember that the only place that you can book a reading with me is via my website. I will never inbox you for or message you for a reading. I want to thank you so much for being here with me today to have this reading, and we will do this again tomorrow.